amongst such great minds. And my name is Aakash, Nidhi. As you know, I am a product designer and an architect. And I am someone who believes in dreams. And I am someone who believes in stories. So when I was coming here for the talk, I thought that I'll talk about this, I'll talk about that, and I'll speak and inspire. But whatever I thought about, it is already being covered by all the esteemed speakers. And it is being covered in the most beautiful manner. So a big round of applause for all the speakers first. So as I don't have anything up my sleeves, I'll just share a journey with you, a story which might be somewhere useful in understanding the thought of ideation, enactment, and to create an impact. So in my journey, while I was navigating through art, architecture, design, culture, heritage, and life in general, there's been one thing which has stood by me, which has stood the test of time, has never left my side, and has ensured that it rattles me every now and then. I share a very serious, committed relationship with it, and that very thing is failure. So she has never left me. She's been there. I've been through highs and lows, yeses and no's. I've been in situations where I had actually questioned my own existence. And I had questioned the fact that why this or why me. But then again, this failure itself, it motivated me in a way with the thought that abhi to gazbar zameen na pi, abhi to sara asman na pana, so I won't give up. So failure in general is a word which is perceived as a very negative entity. Whenever we talk about failure, it is like, yeah, this is very negative. But according to me and my perspective or my take towards this is such that failure is actually not the opposite of success. It is the foundation, the bedrock towards success. That is where you start, because once you have failed, the first step towards failure is that you are doing something and you have failed in it. तो ये तो कंफर्म हो गया कि ये नहीं करना है, तो एक जीत मिली कि ये ऐसे नहीं करना है, कुछ और ट्राई करेंगे, अलग तरीके से ट्राई करेंगे. तो one step I have taken. Now, to be able to travel that journey from point A to point B to point C to point D to point success, you need to break it down. That is the best way forward, what I have learned from my journey. When you break down step, you make a timeline and everything goes in play like Rubik's Cube. So that journey comes with few factors which are very important. Number one is discipline. If you are not disciplined, you won't be able to achieve anything. Discipline yields to hard work because it is directly proportional. Number two, you are not supposed to give up. Never ever in your life you think that I can't do this. If you can't do it, nobody will be able to do it. Always go with this headspace कि अगर ये कर सकता हूँ तो मैं कर सकता हूँ, bloody hell, nobody else will be able to do it. And third thing is that you have to be true to yourself. Now, talking about the journey, so I believe everybody would have heard about Leonardo da Vinci, Salvador Dali, Charles Shaurya, Ramdhari Singh Dinkar. You must have heard about Captain Vikram Batra, Major Dhyan Chand, Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey. You must have heard about Lieutenant Colonel Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So all these guys, they come from different walk of life. Very diverse, very different from each other. And they don't have any commonality, but one thing, that they never gave up. They embraced their failure. They fell in love with their failure and they made sure that they worked with such consistency, such hard work, that they leave a legacy behind and they create stories which are taught about. So now coming down to understanding what a journey is. So I'll just share an example with you. For example, all of us, we come together and we decide, and this example is from a design perspective. So all of us, we decide that we have to make per se a sofa. we come together and we say that यार एक sofa बनाना है, ठीक है? So we have conceived this thought that there has to be, we need to make a sofa, and it will have its own journey. So the conceiving of thought is your ideation part, where you ideate to be able to see or visualize what you want to make, how the sofa will look, what details will it have, what materiality will it have, what kind of comfort will it offer, what size and proportion we are going to work on. And when you are in this ideation phase, what you do, you break it down further. So when you are breaking it down further, you go into this minor details. Yeah, the armrest will look like this, the backrest will look like this, the seat will look like this, I'll add this carving to it, there would be a leg, whether it is going to be a fully upholstered sofa or it will have some other kind of detail. Am I experimenting with wood and metal, or it is just going to be a wood frame which would be completely cladded? So this is the ideation phase. From here you graduate and go further to the next phase, which is the most important in any walk of life, which is enactment. Now you are supposed to translate your thoughts, your ideas, your 2Ds into the real time thing, the real life. That is where you start delivering your punches. So when you go into production, that is the production phase, where you are producing yourself. So when you go into that, there are multiple verticals of making a product. One being carpentry, second being upholstery, third being polish and finishing. So when you're making a sofa, the most important thing for anybody is the skeleton, the internal carcass. That is what bears the brunt. So in terms of walk of life, your internal carcass is your character, your mental ability. The mental ability to not give up. You will get blows, you will get punches, but you need to stand up and punch back, and that punch will be a knockout punch. It will only happen when you understand the process. So we make the carcass then goes into the upholstery part. Upholstery is basically how my sofa will look, what fabric will come, what stitching will come, what detail will come. Then it will go into polish. That is the final detail, which will be visual to the people. And when that thing graduates from there and goes out and it is kept here on this stage and people will see to it, and that is the thing when it will cast an impact. कि भाई क्या बना है? मतलब if I am sitting in the sofa, I don't want to get up because it is so comfortable, it is so aesthetically planned, it is perfect in its detail from stitching to the strength of the sofa, it is impeccable. So my idea of sharing this very example with you was to make you understand what a journey should be and how you can break it down into processes. Because every single thing that you see in and around you and what you're using, from the tip of a pen to the hull of a ship, from a chair to a shoe to a car to a bike, is an ideation which was conceived by someone who never gave up. And that's why we are being able to use it. They might look different, but the function is same. If there's a chair, its height, its seating height has to be 18 inches. And that 18 inches has been derived over time and time and time of one person failing and then understanding the fact that if it is not such, then you won't be getting a proper lumbar support, you won't be getting a proper under thigh support, and you won't be able to function. It would be a discomfortable product. So that is how the journey works. You ideate, then you enact upon that, and then you create an impact. And you know, this impact that you would be creating, this impact is for whom? This impact should not be for anybody, should not be for your teachers, your parents, even for yourself. This impact should be for 10-year-old you. So my motivation is whenever I fail or whenever am I doing something, my motivation comes in when I think that whether 10 साल का जो आकाश था, will he be happy to see me? Will he be proud of me? Because the 10-year me was full of energy, full of dreams, full of thoughts, full of mischiefs, and it was probably the purest in the honest form, where I could call a spade a spade. There were no grey areas. So I always work with this intention, with this thought, that I am not going to let down that 10 saal ka bacha who's there, And when he looks up to me, he should say that yes, this is what I wanted to be, and you have lived your life properly, you have made me proud, and that is what I feel would be the best fruit. Now coming to the point, how we create an impact. So when you would be ideating, you would be exploring. You would be exploring ways. You would be exploring processes. You would be coming up with 10 different types of things in terms of you becoming better. So one is exploration. Exploration goes in tandem with ideation. Second is to create. To be able to create processes, to be able to create ways of doing it, to be able to create things in a manner that it yield to your journey. And the last is inspiring. To be able to get inspired by people जिनके साथ में आप बैठे हैं, जिनको आप सुन रहे हैं, to be able to inspire them to do better, and that is how you create an impact. So every day, मतलब this is a takeaway that I am giving you, and try this for a week and you will see the change. And what you have to do when you wake up in the morning and you go to the washroom, you look into the mirror, you talk to yourself, gaze into your eyes and tell to yourself that this is bloody my day, I am going to own it, I am going to kill it. Tell this to yourself because you are the flag bearers of the future. And mark my words, you will see the difference in a day, in a week's time. When you do this, you are manifesting it out, that I am going to own it, no matter what it be. I am going to put my best foot forward, I am going to fight for that one day when I can share the ring with the best people. And definitely I will be receiving blows, I will be receiving punches. But when I start delivering those punches, I will get a knockout. So always talk to yourself. Never hesitate. Have acceptance, have empathy. Make sure that you ask questions, no matter how stupid they are. Never give up. And make sure to explore, to create, to inspire, so that you can ideate, you can enact, and you can create an impact. And the most important thing, never let that 10-year-old kid feel shy, never let that 10-year-old kid down. Make sure that that 10-year-old kid is proud of you, because that is what will make you go leaps and bounds. Thank you so much.